Namaste Green Wave, it's Nassini, and today we are going to learn a variety of self-care practices, but self-care begins with our breath because our breath is our power. No matter where you go, you are always breathing. So I'm going to share with you some different breathing techniques where you can use different props, different tools to connect to your breath too. So I have these slides posted in our Google Classroom, but I'm just going to share my screen with you now. And again, all of these links you have access to. And let's see here. Share my screen. One moment, please. So I'm going to share my screen and
Mr. Coles, please report to the main office. Mr. Coles, please report to the main office.
okay, so here are our Google Slides, which I'm going to put on present mode so you can see. So today I am going to share with you these exercises. So we're going to do the Hoberman sphere with the belly and balloon breath, the breathing buddy breath, and we can also use our eye pillow. We're going to do the pipe cleaner bead breath with connecting it to a 5-2-5 breathing technique, which really you can connect that technique to any of these breathing exercises. We are going to learn the lion's breath, the heart breath, word breathing, where you can write either on a note card, a notebook, an erasable slate, so whatever you have. We're going to learn Take 10 to Zen. We're going to do some crayon breathing, which you can also do virtually. I have on Seesaw for you a way that you can also do the crayon breath if you actually don't have crayons or markers. We're also going to do the pom-pom breath and the pebble breath meditation, which I also have the template for you on in our Google Classroom on Google Slides. And then I've also shared with you the digital breathing flashcards. So you have access to all of this in our Google Classroom. So that is what we are going to go over today. I'm just gonna make that smaller. So the first exercise that we're going to learn is our 5-2-5 breath. So again, we can tune into this wherever we go. So imagining your belly like a balloon. So this is the Hoberman sphere. And the 5-2-5 breath is when you inhale, when you breathe in, we're going to count to 5. So as we breathe in, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to hold our breath for 2 breaths for the count of 2. 1, 2. And then we're going to exhale, breathe out to the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can do this with any of the breathing techniques that we're going to learn today. So again, it's inhaling for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold for 2 counts. 1, 2. Exhale to the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, on my Google Slides, I have shared this technique with you. So you can always refer back to this where I give you a picture and I write out the instructions for you. So this is our 5-2-5 breath. Again, you can connect this to any of the breathing exercises that we will do today. Next, we're going to do we can apply the 5-2-5 breathing skill to the pranayama. So pranayama is our breathing exercises. So we have the balloon breath, the heart breath, alternate nostril breathing, the rainbow crown breath, the pipe cleaner breath, the firework breath, Take 10 to Zen, the name breath, our pebble breath meditation, and our digital flashcards. So again, all of these are here in our Google Classroom. So our next slide, this is our Hoberman sphere that we are going to breathe with today. And we're also going to learn our heart breath. So again, you have access to all of these slides in our Google Classroom. So I'm just going to escape out of that and show you the technique. So I'm going to stop my screen share. So our belly breath as we breathe in, our belly goes all the way out, and then our belly goes all the way back in. So breathing in with our Hoberman sphere, our belly is like a balloon, breathing in and breathing out. So just imagining your belly like a Hoberman sphere. You may have seen these at Liberty Science Center. They have that giant one. So these are pretty cool. I found these at Barnes and Noble. So you can get them at Barnes and Noble, or maybe you research it online. Our next technique is our heart breath. So you can rub your hands together to feel your sunshine, feel your heat, and then bringing your hands to your heart as we breathe in and breathe out, feeling your sunshine, feeling your light, feeling your peace, breathing in, breathing out. And again, you can connect the 5-2-5 breath, inhaling for the count of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold for 2 breaths, 1, 2, and exhaling for the count of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome job, Green Wave. So our next slide, I'm going to share my screen again. Again, you have access to all this in our Google Classroom. We are going to create our own pipe cleaner breathing bead tool. So to do that, if you have a pipe cleaner, you could use 2 pipe cleaners and twist tie it, or you can just simply use one. And make sure you have beads that that are big enough to slide through the pipe cleaner. So I'm going to use 5 beads for this exercise. So what I'm going to do with my pipe cleaner, I'm going to make a little circle and then twist tie it. So always be careful, because sometimes the pipe cleaner can be sharp. So always just be mindful of that. So it almost looks like you're going to blow bubbles, you know, a bubble wand. And then I'm going to string on 5 beads. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then on the top, so they don't fall off, I'm going to make the same circle, twist tie it. And since it's a pipe cleaner and it's bendable, you can turn it into, you know, a heart, You could turn it into a triangle, so you can get creative with it. And what this does, it connects our breath to an object. So sticking with our 5-2-5 breathing theme for pranayama, also prana is another word for our breath. It's our energy, it's our vital life source. So pranayama also means breath in Sanskrit. So I'm going to hold each bead, and as I breathe, I'm going to slide it down. And then when we hold for 2 breaths, I'm just going to hold them all there for the count of 2. So you can join me and try this at home, or you can, you know, join in without it. You can still do the activity. So we're going to breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to hold for the count of 2. 1, 2. And then we're going to exhale, send them the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a breathing tool. Again, you could always get creative if you didn't have a pipe cleaner or beads. I've done this before with Cheerios or Fruit Loops. If you have, you know, the circles with the holes in them, you could also do that too. So you could totally get creative and then share with us in our Google Classroom what you've created. So our next breathing exercise is the crayon breath. And I'm going to share with you my slide that gives you an example of how I created it on Seesaw. And again, there is a spot in our Seesaw classroom for you to do this activity. But if you do have your crayons and your markers, what you do is as you breathe, you can either close your eyes as you lay on your belly, and you start to create these different designs with the markers or the crayon. So again, you could do this activity on Seesaw, or, you know, you could get creative. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It could be zigzags, it could be different shapes, but connecting our breath to, you know, crayons. So again, you could color to calm just like this. So here I am, I have a piece of paper here. I have my markers, and I'm going to come onto my belly, and I feel the connection of my breath on the ground here. And I'm going to take my crayon, and just so you can see, and I'm going to close my eyes as I breathe in, breathe out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And again, I can connect that 5-2-5 breath, breathing in, inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. I would stop my crown 1, 2, and then as I exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then when you open your eyes, you can see what you created. So you can do this a few times and add in different colors. You could do this activity with 2 crayons together. So you could, have them together as you breathe in and out. You could do this with markers. Again, you can try this on Seesaw. So you can really get creative to bring your breath to life as we color our breath through connecting each movement of our crayon, of our marker with our breath. So that is a fun breathing technique. And again, that self-care is taking really good care of ourselves with our breath, because our breath can give our mind fresh oxygen. So it clears out any clouds, any stress. So it's a great tool. And this is different ways that we can use our breath. The next breathing exercise here, I'm going to share my screen again. This one is called alternate nostril breathing, which is also known as Nadi Shodhana. And I'm going to put it on present mode so you can see. So as we inhale to the count of 5 through your right nostril, and your ring finger will close off your left nostril. And again, I'm going to show you this. Then you're going to hold for 2 breaths by closing off both of your nostrils. So you're holding your nose. And then as you exhale to the count of 5 through your left nostril, your right thumb will close off your right nostril. And then you would repeat these same steps on the other side. So again, you can always refer back to this slide to support you. All right, so now we're going to try that. And then our next exercise will be our word breathing. So I'm going to stop my share. So whenever you're practicing Nadi Shodhana, make sure you're in a comfortable position. I'm using my ring finger and my thumb. So I'm going to start by closing off my left nostril. So I'm only going to breathe in through my right. And I'm going to do that to the count of 5. If counting to 5 is too much, you could always make the count much smaller by starting out. Sometimes just counting to 3 is helpful, or 2, or just breathing in one count can also work too. I'm just going to show you the 5-2-5 breathing technique. So again, my ring finger and my thumb are the fingers that I'm doing this with. Again, like a mudra, yoga of our hands. Then I'm going to close off my left nostrils. And I'm going to inhale through the count of 5 through my right nose. Breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold my nose for the count of 2. 1, 2. Now my thumb is on my right nostril. I'm breathing out through my left nostril to the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to do the same thing, other side. My right nostril is closed. Breathe in through my left nostril through the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your nose for the count of 2. 1, 2. And then you're going to exhale through your right nose. Right nostril. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you could continue that, alternating your nostrils. And that is another breathing technique that connects us to our breath, connects us to our body, and creates more space mentally in our mind and physically in our body. So it's also a great cooling technique, especially in the summer months, but really you could do this in the winter or the spring, because it really nourishes our body. Remember, when we nourish ourselves, we're able to flourish, because when our brain can rest, we can do our best. So the next breathing exercise is the word breathing. So you could write the word of how you're feeling as a 1-word check-in, or you could write your name. So I wrote my name down. You could do this on a note card. If you have an erasable slate, you could also, do the same activity with. You could write your name on there. Okay, and with word breathing, all you do is you just trace your finger on the letters. So breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. So you could do this with numbers. You could do this with vocabulary words that you're studying, or whatever words that you're using for English or for your reading classes. So you can get creative with this. Also, like I said, a 1-word check-in. How do you feel? You could breathe with your words. So you could get creative as you'd like with that, whether you use a note card, a piece of paper, really use what you have is really important. So the next breath exercise is our firework breath, which really cleanses the body, cleanses the mind. So once again, I'm going to share my screen so you can see. So we're going to use this technique, whether you are sitting crisscross applesauce or if you want to come onto your hands or onto your knees. So I'm going to show you both examples. So stop my share. And so I'm sitting in a cross-legged seat. I'm going to open up my arms, breathing in, and then breathing out, like I'm giving myself a hug. Breathing in, inhaling, exhaling. Breathing in, breathing out. I could also do it in a camel pose, Ustrasana. So just to show you from the side, again, I'm on my knees. If this wasn't comfortable for you, you could always have a blanket or a towel underneath your knees. Inhale, open your heart, reach your arms out. Exhale, huh. You can even add in a huh if you'd like. So think of the fireworks. Breathing in, breathing out. Huh. Clear out those clouds. Again, inhaling, breathing in, breathing out. Huh. One more time, breathing in, breathing out. So you can really get creative with your firework breathing technique. So the next technique that we're going to learn is the take 10 to Zen. So we're going to use our hands for this exercise. So I'm just going to share my screen one more time. So again, I always have an example for you. So you can use your hand for this one where we're going to now trace our hands. So you can keep your hand all as a high five, or you could do the peace sign if you want to do 5-2-5 breathing. As you inhale, we would trace our hand with all 5 fingers. And then as we hold, we would hold out our peace sign fingers. And then as we exhale, back to our high five. So I will show you both ways. So first, I'm just going to start with my high five hand. My other hand is going to trace it. So I'm breathing in to the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to hold for 2 breaths. 1, 2. Exhale for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could just do this breathing activity just by breathing in with my hand. I don't even have to use the 5-2-5 technique. Again, that's totally optional. Sometimes that's not always the easiest to do. So again, do what feels most comfortable for you. Again, I'm just tracing my hand as we take 10 to Zen. As we breathe in, and then you could also switch it to the other hand, breathing out. Okay, so whatever feels comfortable for you is really important, especially when it comes to self-care. A couple other breathing techniques that are connected to our balloon breath, that belly breath, but using a prop. So for example, I have these pom-poms. I have a bag of pom-poms, and if you don't have pom-poms, you could use cotton balls, you could use anything soft and light, but I got these from the dollar store. And I can imagine that these pom-poms are like clouds, right? That are clearing or in my mind, but I want to clear out the clouds. So I put a bunch of the pom-poms in a little pile here. And then I'm on my belly. I can have my arms, whatever makes you feel comfortable, whether they're here, and I'm going to clear out the clouds. I'm going to go breathing in and breathing out. So you can clear out the clouds, because we all have that inner sun that shines, because the sun always shines. Even on a cloudy day, there is still sunshine. So we want to clear out the clouds, and our breath can really be an effective tool to do that. So that is our pom-pom breath. You can also use pom-poms for toga, which is another self-care practice, where you can either sit and pick up the pom-poms with your toes, or you could always stand and then pick up the different pom-poms as well. Another technique for toga, I also have some marbles. So you could take marbles and you could also try to pick up the marbles. Again, noticing the difference of the texture of, using our senses. Or you could always roll your foot over the marbles. Again, that wakes up our feet, which is connected to our brain. So toga is another self-care practice. You could also try with plastic hair curlers. Again, I got these from the dollar store. And you don't want to be too hard on them because it could crack, but just putting my foot on the hair curler and just rolling it back and forth. So you can connect your breath to this, whatever makes you feel good, or get creative with tools that you have at home. If you have a pinwheel, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out to share our positive power, just like a pinwheel. If you didn't have a pinwheel, maybe you have your favorite stuffed animal. I have our breathing bunnies, always a favorite. You can lay down in mountain pose, put your stuffed animal, your breathing buddy on your belly. Maybe you close your eyes, but your belly's gonna go up and your belly's gonna go down. Again, just connecting our breath, breathing in, breathing out. If you made an eye pillow, again, I made this from a knee-high sock and rice and added in the essential oils. You could also use this to breathe with, a couple different ways. As you lay down, you can cover your eyes and have your breathing, eye pillow over your eyes as you breathe in and breathe out. Or you could have it on your belly, just like the stuffed animal, or you could use a pillow, you could use a blanket, any kind of object, breathing in, breathing out. It connects us to our breath. So that's a great technique. And again, you can get creative with all of that. So the last breathing technique we're going to do with mindful listening, we are going to hear me read a guided meditation from the book, A Handful of Quiet, Happiness in 4 Pebbles by Thich Nhat Hanh. And I like to call this the pebble meditation. So if you have rocks or pebbles at home, maybe you go on a mindful walk. I got these from the dollar store, but maybe you pick 4 pebbles to represent for each object in this meditation, or you have your favorite rock you can hold on to, because we can remember our breath is like our rock. It's always there for us. We always have it. We can always tune into it. So you're welcomed if you have a rock, or maybe you use a squishy and pretend it's a rock. So whatever feels good for you. And then I've also shared with you in our Google Classroom, and it's also on the slide, a template to self-reflect to when we are done, when I'm reading the meditation. And then I also write down the meditation, which I'm going to read for you. So you could read it and record it on Seesaw, and then we can listen to you be the teacher. So you're welcome to do this. This is just an example of what the meditation meant to me, but you could draw pictures, you could do words. You can also do this on Seesaw. I've also uploaded this on Seesaw as well. So I'm also going to use the singing bowl because this clears out our cloud. So here's a glitter jar to give us an example of our brain, and something else you could make too. I got the bottle from the dollar store. I filled it with Orbeez and glitter and cut out stars, and filled the bottle with vegetable oil, any kind of carrier oil you cook with, and some water. And this represents our brain. As you notice, all of the Orbeez have settled, and we can see the difference between the coloring, right? That's more yellow, that's more pink. But our brain is like this. So all of our thoughts and our feelings and emotion are swirling around. But just by connecting to our breath and practicing self-care, eventually all of the glitter, all of the Orbeez, all of the stars are going to settle, just like when you first saw this. Okay. So I also have these instructions on our Google Classroom, but this is a great visual to know about your brain, because your brain has neuroplasticity. So it can change. It can come to calm. So I am going to read you this meditation one time through. You're welcome to repeat it as many times as you'd like. I'm going to use the singing bowl. Remember, on Insight Timer, that free app, if you download it on your phone, it also has the virtual singing bowls. So you could also add that in too, but use what you have. So right here, right now, connecting to our breath, breathing in and breathing out. Choosing any type of breathing technique that you would like. Breathing in, I see myself as a flower. Breathing out, I feel fresh. Breathing in, I see myself as a mountain. Breathing out, I feel solid. Breathing in, I see myself as still water. Breathing out, I reflect things as they are. Breathing in, I see myself as space. Breathing out, I feel free. And then on our next breath, we'll conclude our breathing pebble meditation with a lion's breath where you stick out your tongue, go just like that. Breathing in, breathing out, clear it out. And then you're welcome to self-reflect in our Seesaw classroom. Also, there's a spot for you in our Google Classroom. And the last thing that I'm going to share with you from our slides are the mudras and some restorative yoga poses that you can try. Again, this connects us to our breath. This helps us to feel more calm and cool when we practice self-care. So these are the mudras of our hands. So we have the whole rainbow there. You can always connect a mudra with a mantra. So a positive word, a positive phrase. So these are the mudras of our hands. And then these are a variety of restorative yoga poses that you can do with or without props. So I give you 2 examples. So this is me in child's pose without any props, but this is me in child's pose using a bolster, using the block, using the blanket. So again, use what you have. This is legs up the wall pose or resting your feet on a table or a chair. This is me without any props, just using a wall. This is me using the props underneath me. Again, you could always rest your feet on a table or a wall or a chair, but get creative. And then finally, our last pose, Shavasana, relaxation. You could be on your back, your belly, or your side. Again, the first picture, I'm just laying flat on my back. The second picture, I'm using blocks, I'm using a bolster, I'm using an eye pillow. So this brings us to the parasympathetic nervous system of rest and digest. So remembering that health is wealth, it's so important to practice self-care. And the most simple form of self-care is just being aware of our breath. So our last breathing technique that we're going to do is we're going to learn about coconuts. All right, so we can breathe in the smell of coconuts. We can eat coconuts. Coconuts is really good for our body externally and internally. So we are going to now watch a video that I made with coconuts, with Ayurveda, the sister science of yoga. So I'm going to share my screen. Namaste, Amy. It's Miss Amy, and today we are going to learn about practicing self-care. And one way we can practice self-care are with coconuts. So in the sister science of yoga, coconuts are really healthy for our body and for our mind, and they're good for our inside of our body. So you can cook with coconut oil. And it's also good for the external part of our body, where we can use coconut oil on our skin as a natural lotion. We can put it to our hair. It's called Shirabhangana in Ayurveda, where it's a coconut oil head massage, where you put all the coconut oil in your hair and then massage your head. And it's a way to practice self-care. And then Abhyanga is the self-care practice where you would put the coconut oil on your body, on your arms, your hands, your feet, to, again, practice self-care. So I have here coconuts, and we can practice mindfulness by observing, noticing, what do they look like? What do they feel like? What do they smell like? And I got these at Nature's Corner in West Long Branch. They're real coconuts. And today we are going to crack open a coconut because coconut water is really healthy for you. It's very hydrating, especially in Pitta season, which is the summer season of fire, of heat. So this pacifies our Pitta. It calms and cools our body down. Now, of course, if you didn't have a coconut, you can buy coconut water at the store. So many stores now sell coconut water in a juice box or in a plastic bottle, whatever it may be, as well as coconut milk. You may have, seen this at the store, but we are going to practice mindfulness by opening up the coconut. So of course I need to follow the directions. So as you can see, it says drink and eat organic, 100% raw coconut water and meat. So it's going to give me the instructions. So it says keep refrigerated. Once opened, drink water within 24 hours and eat meat within 5 days. And this came from Thailand. So this came from Asia. So this came a long way to New Jersey. So it also gives us instructions here that we are going to follow mindfully to open up our coconut and to explore. So I have two here, so I can take the packaging off while I read the directions from our other coconut, because I'm just gonna open one coconut today. So without the label on, I can practice mindfulness. I can see there is a line there, and then there's a spot where we're gonna put the straw. So I've never done this before, so we'll see how this comes out. But again, this is a coconut. You can hear the water. So we can use our sense of hearing. We use our sense of smell. It doesn't really smell like much right now, but I'm sure once we open it, we're gonna smell. I use my sense of touch, right? So we're gonna follow the directions, and it comes with a straw, and it also comes with a bamboo stick. So following the directions here, it says step 1, poke the hole above the logo with the stick. So, and it even shows me a little picture of the logo. So it looks like the logo is right here. So it says to poke the hole above the lid with the stick. So we're gonna open up our stick. So this is a bamboo stick, and it says poke the hole. Oh, here we go. So yeah, as I do it, again, I've never done this before. So we poked a hole. All right, there's our hole that I was poking. As you can see, there's the stick. And it says poke the hole above the logo. Number 2, insert the straw to drink. So now, I guess this is where, make it a little bit bigger. This is where the straw, so it opens and closes. So poke a hole above the logo with the stick. Insert the straw to drink. We're going to insert the straw. So we have our straw in our coconut. And then it says hit right on a hard surface on the carved line. So here is the carved line, and I'm on the floor here. So it says to hit right on a hard surface on the carved line. All right, so here we go. Let's see, did it work? Might have to hit it hard again. That's the, well, it hasn't opened yet. Guess we really have to be hard. This is tricky to open. Have to hit it hard a few times. Oh, I can feel the water coming out. So Let's see. Let's try again. It's easier said than done. This is hard to. So you know what? Let's try outside. Here we go. Oh, the coconut water is coming out. Very hard. Oh no. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here comes the coconut. Oh, but all the water is coming out. Oh, this is really hard. Oh, all of the water is spilled out. But our coconut right here. It seems like it's having a loading issue. Let me just pause for a moment. Find out why. Okay, let's try again. All right, we'll try it again. Sorry about that. Sometimes that happens with technology. You have to go with the flow. So let's come back to, oops, oh no. One moment. Here we go. Thank you for your patience. Oh. Okay, let's try again. So I was finally able to crack the coconut, as this was very challenging. The directions make it easier than it actually is. Unfortunately, as I was cracking it, all of the water came out. I didn't even get a chance to drink the water. So you can see here how the water of the coconut all came out. So I didn't even get a chance to try the coconut water, but that's okay. I've had coconut water before, and we can start to examine the coconut. This is fresh coconut, so that's the meat where we can scoop out and eat to get another healthy snack. So coconut is good for our body to cool us down. Again, the coconut water that was in here but is on the ground is hydrating. It gives us great nutrients. So now I'm going to cut the coconut meat out to show you what a fresh coconut meat looks like. So I brought the coconuts inside. Again, you can see there's the hole for where the straw was. again, this is a real coconut. And I'm gonna carefully start to cut the meat out. So again, this is the coconut meat. And it might need a knife. So again, we wanna be really careful that we don't hurt ourselves. Maybe a spoon would work better. So this coconut is a little hard to get the meat from. Maybe this one will be better. So if at first you don't succeed, try again. All right, so sometimes cooking isn't always easy. At least we can get a little piece. Again, I don't want to cut my fingers, but I can try to cut a little piece of the coconut meat. As you can see, this is fresh coconut meat. And let's get a bite out of it. It's been a long time since I had coconut. When I was in Hawaii, I would have fresh coconuts all the time. It's very refreshing. The trick is to get it off the shell. So you can eat coconut as a mindful, healthy snack. Again, they're hydrating. So this is a fresh coconut. Tastes really good, but again, it's just tricky to cut the meat. So, and here's the fresh meat. It's just hard to cut. We might have to research ways that are easy to cut the coconut. But anyway, this is another way you can eat a coconut, eating the fresh meat, drinking the water, and again, coconut are very hydrating. So next I'm going to show you some other coconut products that are made from coconut. So again, a regular coconut fruit is the most, natural and pure form of a coconut, but there are other ways that you can eat coconut without having to crack the coconut shell. I'm making it a workout to cut out the meat. So other ways to have coconut if you didn't actually, crack open your coconut. Again, I found this at Nature's Corner right in West Long Branch. You can buy the dehydrated coconut strips, lightly sweetened, right at the grocery store. I got these from Trader Joe's. So again, it's a little easier, not as fresh, but another alternative to having a healthy, fresh snack. So these are the coconuts, and it says ingredients: coconut, cane sugar, sulfur dioxide for freshness, contains coconut. So product of Thailand. So again, these are coconut snacks. You can also find the shredded coconut that you can bake with. I put these in pancakes, in cupcakes and brownies. You could sprinkle it in your granola. So this is the shredded form of the coconuts. And it says organic, unsweetened flake coconut, nothing added. Pure, unsweetened, organic coconut with absolutely nothing added to it. It is ideal for snacking and cooking. It's just what you would get if you went to the effort to harvest, crack, shred, and dry the coconut yourself once you found yourself in the tropics where the nuts grow. So they're right. It was a hard work to crack open the coconut. So here it's already done for us, but now we can appreciate, right, when we find coconut products at the store, of the process to get it like that, because these aren't easy to open, so we can appreciate the hard work it is just to get coconut products. So again, these are another way to have coconut as a healthy snack. You can also have coconut in the form of tortilla chips. So these are grainless cassava and coconut tortilla chips with avocado oil, seeds, and seasoning. These are gluten-free. So reading the label, these grainless cassava and coconut tortilla chips don't just have less grain, they have none. Instead of corn or wheat, we use flours made from cassava, a starchy South American tuber, and coconut, and added a delicious blend of sesame and poppy seeds, dried garlic and onions, and sea salt. Trimmed into triangles, the dough is fried in avocado oil to an airy crisp. It's plenty of flavor for street snacking, but not too much to overwhelm your salsa and guac. So again, you can have coconut tortilla chips, which are pretty good. Another sweet treat you can have are chocolate coconut almonds. So again, almonds are a type of nut. If you had any nut allergies, you wouldn't eat this, but these are chocolate covered almonds with coconut. So you can't really tell, but if I light one to show you, there is the coconut with the almond. And another healthy snack, a little on the sweet side, a sweet treat. Other coconut sweet treats, especially in the summertime to help us cool down. These are vegan cookies and cream vanilla bean bonbons. Coconut non-dairy frozen dessert enrobed in a chocolatey coating. So coconut ice cream that looks just like this. So we can notice these ice creams, they have the coconut inside. Then Trader Joe's also makes, this is called Old the Dairy non-dairy frozen dessert cones. They're mini coconut. So these are made with coconut milk. So this is dairy free. So if you had any dairy allergies, these are mini and they look like this, and you would open it. So they're mini little cones as a sweet treat. Even though this isn't coconut, but again, sometimes it's good to treat yourself for self-care with a little sweetness. These are non-dairy frozen chocolate fudge oat bars. So these are made with oat milk, and Trader Joe's also has the non-dairy chocolate oat beverage. So these pops, they taste just like the oat beverage. So again, another way to practice self-care. They're not coconut, but again, it's another plant-based milk that helps our body, helps our mind. So again, self-care is practicing mindfulness. We are what we eat. Are we making good, healthy choices? So this is a little sweetness that you can try. And then you can also buy the coconut milk from the can and the organic coconut cream. So reading the label of the coconut milk, it says, want a little more thickness to your coconut milk than a light milk, but don't want it thick and creamy? Trader Joe's organic coconut milk is your answer. Excellent for cooking and drinking. This organic coconut milk is processed shortly after the coconuts are harvested. No gums or thickeners have been added. So again, this is pretty fresh to how they get the milk. I'm not exactly sure the whole process, but again, coconut milk comes from the coconut. Then our coconut cream. If you are looking for absolutely luxurious and creamy coconut cream with nothing added, this is the one. Trader Joe's organic coconut cream is your answer. Excellent for cooking and using in recipes. This organic coconut cream is processed shortly after the coconuts are harvested. No gums or thickeners have been added. So coconut cream you can add to soups, you can add to masalas, you can, make your own ice cream from it. So you can buy these at the store, even if it's not Trader Joe's. Many stores sell coconut milk and coconut cream in the can. They also sell coconut milk in a different container, and also coconut milk that is healthy for you, the golden milk. So this is turmeric ginger coconut beverage, a smooth and creamy non-dairy beverage. So this is made with turmeric and the ginger spice. So again, in Ayurveda health as well, these spices are really good for our immunity, it's keeping us healthy, also good for digestion. So of course you can make your own by heating up coconut milk on the stove and adding in some honey, and then sprinkling in the turmeric, the ginger, a little bit of pepper and some honey, and heat it up. Or you can choose to go to Trader Joe's and they have it already made. And again, on the side of reading the label, called Haldi Dode in India and also known as the golden milk. The combination of milk and turmeric has been used in Ayurvedic practices for centuries. This prized golden yellow drink can be made with virtually any liquid, but we've opted for a smooth, non-dairy coconut beverage base. Crafted with honey, turmeric powder, ginger juice, cinnamon, and black pepper, Trader Joe's turmeric ginger coconut beverage is our take on a satisfying spiced classic. So it's already mixed together for you. And check it out. It is yellow. This is the yellow milk. So again, we can use mindfulness to see the golden milk. Again, I wish we were all together to smell, to taste, to notice. But that yellow color comes from the turmeric spice. So again, turmeric is really good for our body. It's good for digestion. Again, health is wealth in Ayurveda, keeping ourselves healthy through our mind and body. And coconut is one way you can do so. Again, it's good for the outside of our body and the inside of our body. You can cook with coconut oil. Maybe you'll crack your own coconut and have the meat and the water from it. Again, mine spilled out, so I didn't get to try the water, but you could buy coconut water from the store. You can have those sweet treats of different styles of coconut ice cream. And again, start to notice different coconut products at the store. Again, coconuts are a healthy fruit that we use and practice in Ayurveda, the sister science of yoga. All right, so that was our coconut video on self-care. And just a reminder that you can find the self-care videos in the Seesaw for you to create your own. So you can self-reflect here, or you're welcome to self-reflect in our Google Classroom. So let's all take a nice deep breath, breathing in, breathing out, knowing your breath is your power. It is the best tool for practicing self-care. And when we practice self-care, it's practicing self-kindness to ourselves, so that we're not only kind to ourselves, but we're kind to each other. So have a wonderful Green Wave day. Namaste.